Hello, the main team here, and we're continuing on in my cheesing run of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. And when I left off, we were just about to take on Maxie, who has, in my opinion, one of the better soundtracks in this game. Kind of interesting for a boss fight of a criminal organization, but funny. So I'm just going to try and yawn him and get him to sleep, because this Mightyena is problematic for me right now, because I'm lower level with everything but my starter. And yeah, I'm just going to mud slap its accuracy away, and also get him to blow his potions, healing it while it has no accuracy. And as you can see, despite having, I don't know, -5 or 6 accuracy, just, you know, like well under a quarter chance to even hit me, he won't switch it out, and of course not. And then the rest of the things are weak to something my starter has. And this came up to this tackle, which is kind of embarrassing. And similar to what I was just doing. The other one, just mud slap its accuracy away and then gun it down. What? I was caught off guard? Yeah. Because you suck and you don't switch out. I don't know what the meteorite does. Maybe there's like an actual use for it other than just taking it away, but I don't know. This is another accidental battle, and comically enough, this is one of the closest fights in the game for me. So this random dude on the mountain, because he evasions me. Yeah. Actually, I was talking with a friend about the evasion clause in competitive. And like I said in an earlier video, I don't play competitive, but I've thought about it from time to time. And one of the things that really bothers me is all these clauses. It reminds me of like the Sirlin.net scrub argument that you see. Because, you know, something's too strong, or something's cheap, or something's unfair, or whatever. And I do manage to kill this guy, by the way. And one of the things that's banned is use of double team, or any type of evasion that goes on to the Pokemon itself rather than affecting enemy accuracy. I don't know. To me, it seems like it doesn't make sense that it's banned. You know, the argument is that it's too based on luck then. But, you know, you have criticals, you have T-waves, you have confusion, you have predictions, you have all this stuff that is, you know, whether you like to admit it or not, at least somewhat luck dependent, is you're forced to guess, or, you know, if you're T-waved, you have a quarter chance of not attacking at all. But evasion is banned. So, like, the other argument is that there wouldn't be any good counter to it, because it's available to most of the Pokemon in the game. But when I checked, I found 26 different moves that directly counter evasion. Either it's something like Odor Sleuth, and I'm just going to go out and heal. Either something like Odor Sleuth, which guarantees that, like, it strips their evasion away completely, and if they're Ghost, you can hit them with normal. And there's another move that's pretty much the same thing. Or there's also 9 different attacks at 60 base power or higher that will hit no matter what kind of accuracy modifiers are on either side. And yeah, I wanted to yawn him to set up, but I got overheated. But that's alright too here, because now its special attack is garbage, and I can just spam X attack and sweep, which is pretty much the only way to get through this gym at my level. So anyway, yeah, you have moves that directly strip evasion away, and you have moves that guaranteed hits. And on top of that, you have other moves which clear out status effects like Haze, and you know, if they haven't set up with too many of them, you can use phasing moves like Roar or Whirlwind to just blow them off the field and, you know, cause them some problems with entry hazards. Then you have the issue of speed and people attacking before the person can even get the double team off. And it just seems like it's kind of an arbitrary ban compared to a lot of the other things. And the same thing with sleep. Like, when you ban these things, which have in-game counters designed, it's problematic, because it changes, like, what would actually be good or not, and in my opinion, it takes away from the strategy. Like, Pokemon with the ability Technician, which get a multiplier and 60 base power moves or weaker, are undervalued because nobody's allowed to use evasion. And it's the same thing with the other moves like Odor Sleuth. Well, no one uses Odor Sleuth in today's metagame because it's not useful, because its counter is banned. But, you know, it has the side benefit of being good against ghost types. So something that would potentially be a very strong move never gets to shine because, you know, it's the things it actually counters gets stripped away by rules. So I don't know. Supposedly they keep some statistics on it, but what I would be interested to see is, does having the evasion clause in place create a higher percentage winner? For example, do the best players win more frequently with it? Because that's how you would answer the argument that it does or does not contribute to luck. You know, do the best players win more consistently when evasion is banned versus when it isn't? And if that's not true, then that argument falls to pieces, and the whole ban is just a joke. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe that Smogon program or whatever actually does keep track of that and found that there's a material difference. But I have a feeling it doesn't, and that people just don't like the move because they perceive it as kind of cheap and kind of luck dependent. And it's the same thing with one-hit KO moves. There are multiple abilities that could prevent one-hit KO moves from connecting. And in the current gens, or even the gen I'm playing right here, there's no way to boost the accuracy of one-hit KOs. So if somebody wants to use it, it's a big liability. Even if it were allowed, I would believe that people generally wouldn't use it, but it's still banned because someone doesn't want to lose that way to a random scrub, I guess. Anyway, as you can see at level 25, Sableye learns Detect, which is what I need, and I also, after the Fire Gym, picked up Toxic. And yeah, pretty much my strategy in this gym is good old Toxic stalling, which actually is something that's used in the competitive metagame. Anyway, I'm just going to go along the right-hand side here. These guys are a little easier for me to take care of than some of the others. Especially when you get something with the ability Truant, so it can only attack every other turn. Yeah, you can just attack stall it out completely. And the same thing with Protect. So if you have a high level Wangle or something, or maybe it's a Pelipper that finally learns it. No, you need to be too high level with that thing. But Sableye gets Protect now, and or Detect, and that's useful. So yeah, I'm really not impressed with the arguments that it doesn't have a counter. And then my friend was saying, well, what if you have two people double teaming? Well, if you have 9 moves with actually solid type coverage across them, pretty much there's nothing that resists all of them, and there are very few types that don't have an explicit weakness to one of those 9 moves. Also, what if they double team? You just hit them anyway, because you have 100% accuracy on them. So, I mean, the incentive, if you have a match between competent players, to have double teamings, it's not something that would happen in practical situations a lot, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to put this guy to sleep so I can avoid being confused and teeter danced or whatever. For this battle, this is actually one of the harder gym leader battles in the game if you're under-leveled. Norman's actually a little bit smarter about his setup than others, and normals are harder to counter directly, because if you can't one-shot them, then they'll use counter on you and kill you. So, pretty much my goal here is just to get through these guys. So I'm going to heal, Mud Slap his accuracy down, try to avoid getting critical hits, which are also allowed in competitive, mind you. You don't want to rely on luck, but never mind, attacks that can cause status and with a % chance or criticals. Those are fine. Anyway, yeah, get some Mud Slap going on that sucker, keep him from nailing me with a critical. Now, I thought Linoon was going to belly drum, so I was just going to yawn him, because this Linoon has belly drum. But it didn't. It just slashed me right away. So I'm going to run the exact same strategy, Mud Slap it around a little bit. And that way it misses some attacks, and I can get ahead of it by healing. And then ultimately take it down. course he uses healing, so that can be a little frustrating. But it goes down. So now on slacking, I just want to get toxic on it. It will boost the power of facade, but I'm immune to facade because I'm a ghost type. So there you go. And he put yawn on me, so I had to switch to my starter so I didn't fall asleep. But yeah, now I'm just going to stall him out forever using detect. He'll try to yawn, I'll protect myself. Pretty much anything he can do on his move turn, just yawn, and that'll take care of Norman. And that'll about do it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next part.